William Shakespeare's Sonnet number 152. In loving thee, thou knowest I am forsworn, but thou art twice forsworn to me love swearing. In act thy bed vow broke, and new faith torn, and vowing new hate after new love bearing. But why of two oaths breached do I accuse thee, when I break 20? I am perjured most, for all my vows are oaths but to misuse thee, and all my honest faith in thee is lost. For I have sworn deep oaths of thy deep kindness, oaths of thy love, thy truth, thy constancy, and to enlighten thee gave eyes to blindness, or made them swear against the thing they see. For I have sworn thee fair, more perjured I, to swear against the truths so foul a lie. This sonnet is one of the many that Shakespeare wrote concerning his mysterious black mistress, and a translation into standard modern English would go something along the lines of, "In loving you, you know that I betrayed my wife, but you have betrayed twice. You broke your marriage vows through your actions, and you betrayed me in hating me after having loved me. But why do I accuse you of betrayal twice, when I have done it 20 times? I have lied the most, for all my promises were meant to make you seem better to me, and to love me. And all of my good thoughts of you are now lost, for I have deceived myself, swearing that you were kind, swearing that you were loving, honest, and constant, and I saw these things in you, even though they weren't really there. For I have sworn that you were good, I have lied the most to swear that you are what you obviously aren't." Now, before I start this delve into the deeper meanings behind the lines of the sonnet, I'd like to say that much of the information and interpretation came from Robert Matz's A Woman Colored 3. So with the first line, Shakespeare admits that he has committed adultery, but he also blames the mistress to some degree or another. In the second line, he goes on to say that she's betrayed twice, and then goes on to explain in the third line, "You broke your marriage vows to your husband by sleeping with me, and you betrayed me," in the fourth line, "by hating me after having loved me." Now, this is open to a variety of interpretations, but it's quite possible that the mistress has left him. Whether or not it's for a new lover, we're not entirely sure. But after that line, he kind of backs off a little from just laying all the fault on the mistress, and says that, "Why do I accuse you of betrayal twice, when I've done it 20 times? I have lied the most, for all my promises were meant to make you seem better and to love me." He explains that pretty much all the time he's been seducing her in a very sort of deceptive way. And so that's one of his problems in the affair. But then, with the very next line, he goes on to say, "And all my good thoughts of you are lost." Meaning that he feels like he's been betrayed by her not being what he deceived himself into believing, as he goes on to say, "For I have deceived myself, swearing that you were kind," blames the mistress through insulting her backhandedly. "I thought you were this, but you aren't." So that goes on with loving, honest, and constant with the next line. And then in line 11, he restates this and says, "I saw all these things in you, even though they weren't really there," admitting that he's deceived himself while he was courting her, as well as deceiving her at the same time. Then he says, "I have sworn that you were good, I have lied the most," and he had a little pun there, kind of that his eye was deceiving him into believing that, you know what, she looks nice, therefore she must be nice, right? And then in line 13, the closing line, he says, "To swear that you are what you obviously aren't." He ultimately ends by giving one last insult to her character, placing more blame on her with regards to the affair. Ultimately, the sonnet seems to focus on Shakespeare's regret over having the affair with the dark mistress. You see that he feels that he has betrayed his wife, and that he has been betrayed by the mistress at all in one fell swoop. And he doesn't seem to neglect that he has some part in
the affair, that he deceived himself into believing that this was going to be fine, that the woman was fine, everything would be just fine. But he also seems to place a lot of blame on the mistress and her character, as well as her actions. He brings up that she betrayed her own husband through her affair, and he does ultimately admit that they're both at fault, which is the most accurate way to portray this. But also, he seems to place a lot of blame upon the mistress herself. Thank you for watching, and you can find the citation for Robert Matz's work, A Woman Colored 3, in the description. Thank you.